Hello my friends, welcome to the new predictions that I have for you for November. Today is the 3rd of November, so I published these charts yesterday. Twitter saw it first, so if you want to get the latest of my work, you just have to follow me on Twitter, guys. That's basically it. So we have three predictions this time. We have Bitcoin and Solana again because they are the two most popular. Solana especially, people heavily request Solana. So in my Twitter feed. So yeah, I'm going to make that a reality again. And I also have Pepe. So Pepe is a meme coin, one of the most popular meme coins of the current era. It's not the largest by far, but it's fairly decent. It's a fairly popular meme coin, so that was requested by a friend, so here I am delivering on that promise. But the first thing that you can see right here is that I slightly modified something in my charts, and this is the addition of these rectangles right here, these kind of small boxes. And for the time being, just don't pay much attention to them because I'm kind of experimenting on how I draw my charts. Basically, what these boxes represent is, if they are a green box, these represent the most likely days where we could see very, very powerful impulses, like very powerful, probably the most powerful and the highest of the month. The red boxes are the exact opposite. It's where we could see the strongest of all corrections. Very, very strong corrections. And these blue boxes, which I might change the color in the future, but for the time being they are in blue. These blue boxes basically represent the days where it's going to be very, very volatile. Like extreme volatility where the prices go up and down, for example, like we saw on the 1st of November. You can see that the price just climbs all the way up again to 61k, 71k actually, and then drops in that same day all the way down to 69k. That kind of volatility. So like I was saying, don't pay much attention to them for the time being. They are just for me experimenting how I might or not include these boxes in my future charts. Okay, so we have Bitcoin. This is the first prediction. I was saying that I had a green circle for the first days of November. We got a recovery on the 3rd yesterday, so exactly like I predicted, guys. Already I'm 100% accurate. And basically this chart, I mean, guys, I told you and I've been telling you many times, and especially on my Twitter account, I'm not so sure if this month is going to be either an uptrend or a downtrend. There are possibilities that it could be an uptrend month. And that could mean that we could see maybe something very, very close to 80k or even higher than 80k somewhere around these days. Now, the most likely candidates of these days will be these days that I am highlighting here, because even though we have the final circle in green, it's not actually the last day. It's only the last circle, because you can see that it's alternative. It says 30 and the 1st of December. So this month ends on a 30. There's no 31. So the final day is actually going to be yellow. We have 30 on the red, 30 on the green. So a yellow ending for the month. That's why I was kind of unsure if there's going to be a downtrend or a uptrend month. But that's basically the current scenario. If this is a green month, we could see something very, very near or even above 80k, depending on how things work out. Now, I do have a small kind of warning, kind of announcement that I have to give you, and that is that, as you know, I'm doing predictions for stocks, for forex, for other indicators, not just cryptocurrencies. And this time, in all my predictions that I just did, in all of them, I have the 11th of November as a very, very crazy day. I'm sensing green and red energies massively for that day alone. Now, maybe something could happen on that day, specifically that day, or something might happen around those days, around the days prior and after the 11th of November. It will be a very interesting date, basically 11/11. So very interesting day, just numerologically talking. So I might make a video soon in the next couple days. So just kind of give some kind of warning, some kind of information, because this is not normal, guys. When you have cryptocurrencies and stocks and forex, all of them coinciding on a single day, it's very, very telling. And of course, no one else has this information because no one else can predict the stocks like I do. So that's why it is kind of my duty to at least give some of my insights of the information that I have. So yeah, 11th of November. Mark that day, could be possibly very crazy. I mean, the elections are very near. Geopolitically speaking, things are crazy and getting even crazier. Weird stuff happening in Europe, Asia, whatever. So could be related to that stuff. But yeah, that's basically the chart for Bitcoin. As always, I will be updating this chart as the days go by, as the weeks go by. You guys know me, I always do updates on these charts. And it's just safe to say that it's going to be incredibly accurate, guys. Once again, we had a massive and excellent prediction for the last month of October and all the other months that I have been consecutively predicting. So you have absolutely no reason to doubt my accuracy. Now let's check Solana, and Solana is basically kind of the same. There has been some differences. For example, Solana on this day, on the 3rd of November, is kind of downtrending, not as green as Bitcoin is. In fact, it's a yellow day as it currently stands. Could go lower, depending. So that is perfectly mirrored and represented in the sense that we had a first red circle for these days. But every other day is going to be basically panning out exactly the same. Now you are right now noticing that for this Solana chart, I have not added those boxes or rectangles that you saw for the Bitcoin chart. That is because, like I was saying, I'm just experimenting. But just going logically, if these boxes represent possibly the most powerful corrections and impulses, maybe some of these days could also apply and end up applying to Solana. I still have to make a chart, a prediction for when it is going to be the period of the altcoin dominance, when altcoin season is very likely to start. But you guys know that I have, I can only do a specific amount of predictions. I'm very busy. There's so many hours in a day, so I'm not like kind of multitasking. Cannot make this. I do take a lot of time going into full deep trance meditation in order to get these predictions and just draw them after that. So it's not so easy, because if it were so easy, anyone could do this, and the fact is that no one else can do this. So yeah, you'll have to wait. And also because, guys, I have been getting some DMs, some private messages in my social media, in my different social medias. And they are basically telling me to make private predictions for them, for people. And if they are willing to pay the price, I have no problem. But you guys need to comprehend that if that does happen, and if someone wants a private Bitcoin chart, then I will not be showing that chart for the public. It's just logic, right? So I'll have to sleep on that. I'll have to really ponder on that scenario in order so that everyone wins, right? So yeah, basically Solana chart very similar, and unlike the Bitcoin chart, Solana has a solid green last days. So maybe Solana could end up closing the month more better with more impulses than Bitcoin. It's possible. And if that does happen, I mean, just going logically, that could mean that this month or the next months are the ones that are going to basically start the altcoin season, or are going to be very positive for altcoins. Now, I'm not saying Solana is the king of all altcoins, but it's certainly the most important in my opinion. Ethereum is kind of losing their place, kind of losing relevance, kind of the chain. I mean, Solana is just way more intuitive, more dynamic, even more fun, way more opportunities on Solana meme coins. So that's why I'm thinking Solana could have a very powerful month this time. Solana, I think it's going to be likely going to be an uptrend month. That is kind of no question for me. And finally, like I was saying, I have the Pepe chart. So like I was saying, this one was requested by a friend of the channel. So we have this Pepe chart. This is very basic as well. One of the reasons why I made this prediction very basic, you are noticing right now, for example, I'm not covering every single day, unlike my Solana and Bitcoin charts. There are some days that are just like gaps, and I am not covering them at all, not even with yellow circles. Because basically what prompted me to do that for this meme coin, for Pepe, is the fact that most of these days are very yellowish. As you can see, for example, in the entire month of October, there were very few actual decisive moments, both impulses or corrections. Most of the day were yellow. For example, you can see 21 of October, basically a yellow day. 22 of October, it's a downtrend, but it's very slightly. It's kind of behaving like a yellow day. For example, this day, 26 yellow day, 27 yellow day. Only on the 28 we kind of see a small dip. Basically, the entire month of October was dominated by ranges. So of course, these are not very interesting. These are not very important, because who cares if there's a very slight difference where, like, for example, just like 0.001% of difference of change or whatever. No one cares about that. So I am not wasting my time doing the days where are going to be most likely just boring range days. Instead, what I have decided is to just pick the days where I feel are going to be the largest and most significant corrections and impulses. And of course, in these yellow days, there's going to be a lot of volatility, I think, because I'm not saying all of the other gaps are going to be yellow days. There could be whatever it is, but I'm just basically experimenting with this Pepe chart as well. So don't really just focus on these days that I have marked for here. All of these that are in the bubbles and their circles, like some of you actually call these bubbles, but whatever. Just focus on the circles, man. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And finally, this purple box, very big purple box, very fit for the Halloween theme, right? Purple and yellow. Anyways, we have this purple box. What this represents, and this is like a little extra for my friend. So what this represents is the possible dates where we could see Pepe going into very, very powerful impulses, I think. I'm not saying this just because. I have some reasons. Mostly because I think whatever happens after the election is going to signal and basically make possibly the start of a new bull run. So if that does happen, most cryptocurrencies are going to be skyrocketing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the United States and many other countries, but especially the United States, are actually looking at Bitcoin now as a potential strategic geopolitical tool that could help them maintain and strengthen their dominance over other countries like the BRICS countries, for example. So that is very, very positive. Some people might see this in a wrong way. Some people might not like this because they want Bitcoin to stay independent. But guys, if we're talking about the global economy, if Bitcoin is truly to go global, it needs to be backed by an official superpower. And the fact that the United States is actually considering this, whatever, doesn't matter who wins, both candidates are considering this option, is very, very bullish. So yeah, there's that. And basically that's all, guys. I don't want to make this video any longer. Like I was saying, I will be updating these charts as the days and weeks go by, so stay tuned, subscribe, like and share and all of that, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care.